Hi guys, this is Kieran Doyle from Traffic Generation Experts, and I'm with Roy Carter today from Info Products Made Easy. And Roy's going to be talking about some of the traffic generation strategies that he actually uses. Now, how you doing, Roy?
I'm doing really great. Thank
Brilliant,
you.
brilliant. Thank you for being on the interview today. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Roy.
Well, I'm an internet marketer that some people may have heard of, may not have heard of. Run a few websites, and I'm here today with you at the Internet Millionaires Bootcamp.
Indeed.
As you know, I spoke yesterday on stage, and I'm an internet marketer, like many others, really.
Brilliant, brilliant. Roy, today we're going to focus on traffic generation. I see all the seminars I go to, the people I talk to, the website owners, they can create a brilliant product, but the problem they have is actually driving traffic to their sites.
That's right, yeah. I mean, traffic is obviously, anyone who owns a website, traffic is always the biggest problem. And I think where people fall down is that they tend to try and do too many things at once. So instead of really getting good at one particular, excuse me, I think I've got a cold over here in England. Rather than getting good at one particular method of traffic generation, they tend to dive across different areas and try and do too many things at one time. So, you know, if they get good at pay-per-click, then that's something that they should do. If they get good at article marketing, concentrate on that until you've really got that working well, instead of sort of jumping from one thing to the other. You know.
Brilliant.
Something that's working pretty well at the moment is that you know how people used to do mail outs, and still do, obviously, direct mail to home addresses by
offline
post.
marketing.
Offline marketing.
Brilliant.
Obviously, yes, people like Andrew Reynolds do that very, very well. But offline marketing died down a lot. Direct mail marketing died down a lot because it got very costly. So, and then people were coming online. And people started coming online and driving traffic online and sort of forgetting the direct mail side of things. And because everyone was moving offline and going online, that meant that there weren't as many people sending mail shots out anymore. So for the savvy people who are still sending postcards and mail shots out,
prices dropped.
They're in a less competitive market now. And the same thing applies to banners. Banner ads got so prolific that no one was doing them anymore. And so everyone sort of, you know, basically everyone sort of stopped doing banner advertising to a great extent. And now those guys who've come back in and started to do some sensible banner advertising are finding that it's really working because there's less competition.
I'm a big advocate of banner advertising at the moment. I really am. It's something that, you know, not enough people are actually using.
Absolutely. You know, it's an excellent way to make use of other people's traffic.
Without a doubt. Now, in terms of kind of the strategies that you actually use for getting traffic to your website, I'm going to ask you, Roy, give us your top 5 strategies.
Top 5 strategies. Well, I outsource a lot of my traffic generation now.
Brilliant.
But I would say that article marketing still plays a very, very big part in my traffic generation. If you do that right, it has to be done right, but if you do it correctly, it's massive.
Can you explain a little bit to me about it?
Really, it's, you know, it changes all the time.
Right.
And it's to do with the fact that obviously if you make your articles optimized for the search engine correctly, obviously things like including your main keyword phrasing, your title. But these days, it seems to be, from my testing anyway, if you include your main keyword phrase in the first paragraph, first sentence of the first paragraph, and the first sentence of the last paragraph, that tends to be working really well at the moment.
Brilliant.
I've got students of mine, mentoring clients of mine, who've now got 3, you know, one particular client's got 3 articles on page 1 of Google from 8 million searches, as well as the review page that she's got, product review page that she's got, because she knows now how to optimize articles properly. And so it's still a huge method. I also use, obviously, video marketing, short 50-minute videos.
Just sort of like what we're doing now. We're having an interview.
Absolutely, which is, you can do this, or even just building something quick in PowerPoint and doing a 50-second. I do a lot of like 50-second, less than a minute commercials, really. Which I'll put out via TubeMogul, and goes out to all the different video sites.
Can you, sorry for interrupting there, Roy, can you actually explain a little bit about TubeMogul, because that's something that I think a lot of people would actually really like to hear about.
Well, TubeMogul is free, and basically it allows you to paste your or to place, I should say, your video with them, and they distribute it out to places like YouTube, Google Video, and all that. So rather than you having to go and do it separate times for each video, you just put it in one place and they distribute it out for you.
That's actually something for me as well, to tell you the truth, because
Okay.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there are paid versions as well, paid
Yeah.
systems that you can do, but TubeMogul works really, really well.
Right.
You know, so for your same effort, you're leveraging your time and placing that same video out to several different sites.
Brilliant, brilliant. Let's just revert back to article marketing there for a moment. How important is the resource box for driving traffic?
It's extremely important. Obviously, it's the area where you can drive traffic, and people use it differently. Some people, I don't advocate this way, but some people obviously talk about themselves in the resource box and say this article was written by Joe Bloggs, and he does this and he does that. Well, who's interested? You know, nobody's interested. What they're interested in is basically the content of the article. If you provided good, solid content in your article, which is another thing, people tend to put out articles that don't provide any value.
Right.
And you know, and that's tending to work less and less these days. Your article has got to deliver value, and your bio box or your resource box shouldn't really go on about yourself too much. It should talk about driving these people to a free report, or doing the job it's intended to do, because the job of the bio box is obviously to drive traffic.
Exactly.
So don't talk about yourself, talk about the value to them and where they can get it.